Hi guys, it's Nikki with Nikki Speaks, and I am back with another video. But before we get into it, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. All right, guys, I am not going to hold you. Let's go ahead and get right into this Nicki Minaj mess, okay? So, as we all know, Nicki Minaj has aligned herself with MAGA Trump supporters, which for me was not all that surprising. Trump uses a lot of online tactics, he used a lot of bullying tactics, and that's something that Nicki Minaj has been known to do in the past against female rappers that she has an issue with. She does use that same bullying tactic. So her aligning herself with MAGA was not an all-out surprise to me. However, what is coming as a surprise is the fact that there are a lot of people that are now calling her out. I don't know if they are aligned with the Democrats now that she's political or what. But here recently, as early as today, Politico, who is considered as a highly reputable, nonpartisan, and authoritative source for American and European political news, they released an article, and that article is entitled "The Bots Powering Nicki Minaj MAGA War." So, this particular article states, quietly humming in the background of her very varied social media blitzes, a sophisticated army of bots are unconditionally praising and amplifying Minaj's content, according to a new report shared exclusively with Politico. Now, that report compiled by the disinformation detection company Cyabra. Cyabra is an AI detection tool used to combat disinformation, so it's used widely across all social media platforms. I said that to say this: not only is Politico a really reputable news source, but Cyabra is a pretty reputable software and company when it comes to detecting AI, when it comes to detecting misinformation across social media and across the web. Just to kind of give you guys a little insight there. So, based upon the information that Cyabra conducted and compiled, it identified coordinated networks of bots, more than 18,000 of them, that drove algorithms to spread Minaj's post on X. So, what they're saying here essentially is bots are being used to spread whatever information that she wants to spread on X, which was formerly Twitter. So if she makes a post, her bots are pretty much in the comment section, making comments and also liking those posts. I've also included a chart here so you can kind of get an idea of those users that are considered bots. So this particular company didn't just put out this information and say this is what's happening. No, they're also including those users found on Twitter that are considered bots. So they're giving really specific information regarding their findings. So it's not just an overall assumption or an overall analysis. No, it's broken down by those particular accounts that are spreading this misinformation and that are botted. So listen, a lot of people on the internet, a lot of people on Twitter, they had a lot to say because if you know, Twitter is pretty much Nicki Minaj's backyard. And when I say her backyard, I mean Twitter is where she can go and she can rant and she can get her point, she can get her views, she can get all of this information. She can get that pushed out across to so many different people because her posts and her tweets spread like wildfire. She's seeing an upwards of, tens of thousands of retweets and likes on these particular posts. So a lot of people are seeing this information that she's putting out there. And this company is saying it's all due to bots. Well, one user on Twitter said, she's had bots way before her MAGA stance. This is nothing new, LOL. Another user said, so Nikki is wearing a sympathy MAGA wig and sympathy MAGA makeup that's aging her face badly, using bots to spread misinformation to benefit herself, using corporate giants and machines to plot on Jay-Z and Megan the Stallion, who ended her on his. Listen, listen. I don't know how far back Nikki has been using bots. I don't know, the true validity in this analysis. Again, it's coming from not just a reputable company, but also a reputable political news source that's reporting it. However, the accusations about, her using bots prior to is kind of ironic considering that she slapped the payola tag on Cardi B as soon as Cardi B came out and started doing well. So the irony in this would be crazy. But you guys let me know what you think. Do you think that Nicki Minaj has been using bots? Do you think that she's using bots now? Or do you think that this is just all propaganda? Now, one of Trump's advisors and Nicki's new bestie, Alex Bruzwitz, and hopefully I pronounced his name correctly. He's been very vocal in support of Nicki Minaj and defending her online. He came out this morning and he said it's journalistic malpractice and totally unethical that Politico's Jason Beeferman failed to disclose that not only is the company that did the bot analysis of Nicki Minaj's X account partnered with Cardi B's agent, but they are also partnered with an executive at Jay-Z's Rock Nation. This report is a total scam. Nicki Minaj doesn't need bots. She already has tens of millions of fans from being the most successful female rapper of all time. And since she has become an outspoken supporter of President Trump, she is also inheriting millions of MAGA patriots on this app who are grateful for her courage. So, this is what Alex had to say this morning in response to that article. And Jason Beeferman, who is a political reporter for Politico, the company, the organization, the news source that released this information, his response to Alex was simply the Cyabra analyzed Nicki Minaj's post from November to December and found 33% of profiles interacting with her content were fake. Out of 55,000 profiles evaluated, over 18,000 were bots. And then he adds Alex Brucewitz told me he's confident the findings are bogus and that Minaj doesn't use any bots at all. And then he posts the story of the findings below. So, in other words, he's standing 10 toes down behind what he reported. He's saying that, hey, the company evaluated her accounts. This is what happened, but he did let, I guess, the people that follow him know that Alex is saying it's false, it's fake, but here are the findings. Now, let's not forget that Alex brought Cardi B into this whole scenario by saying that the people behind all of these findings and the analysis, Cyabra, that company is linked to Cardi B through her management team. So, listen, as we all know, Cardi is not going to take that line down. She did post this tweet today in response to Alex's allegation. Alex's allegation. So she said, first, please show me where I'm affiliated with this person or they are affiliated to anybody that I work with. I don't have any affiliation to Rock Nation, you dumb ASS. Second, the conspiracy theories with Rock Nation, they're getting very ridiculous. Y'all are starting to act like they are the Russians or something. The fact that you work for the government and defaming my name with false allegations, I'm going to effing sue you. Get familiar with my game. So listen, she did not hold back at all. She came right for his jugular, and we all know that Cardi does like to sue, and she threatened Alex with suing him for continuously mentioning her name. And he does. He definitely mentions Cardi B at least once a week. And keep in mind, he is an advisor to the president. Now, his response was former Kamala Harris surrogate and rapper Cardi B, who recently threatened to physically assault ICE officers if they came to her shows, just threatened to sue me, but immediately deleted her thread after I provided facts that her rep is in fact involved with the company that produced the Nicki Minaj bot hoax. He ends that with, you didn't have to delete it, Cardi. Listen, they're baiting her at this point, and she just responded and, of course, deleted that post. Now, her manager, the one that is accused of being connected to Cyabra, the company that produced all of that information about bots, he came out and said, let's be clear, my advisory role in investment in Cyabra, along with multiple other tech companies, has absolutely nothing to do with Cardi B. Cardi doesn't need bots, narratives, or manufactured noise. She moves culture on her own. On to say, I invest in innovation, I represent artists. Those are separate lanes. Trying to spin this into something else is lazy and misleading. So, listen, again, that is Cardi B's management team or manager, the person that Alex is accusing of being tied to the company Cyabra that produced all of the analytics that's tied to Nicki Minaj and the accusation of using bots. Now, listen, Cardi B didn't take that line down. Although her manager responded, that didn't stop her. She came back and she tweeted, "Listen, you involved me in something that has nothing to do with me. So now we're going to talk about the facts." Cyabra is a data company with a lot of investors like Mike G being her manager, customers like Elon Musk and Pepsi that use that company for data, and even has Mike Pompeo on the board of advisors. So, what you need to focus on is the fact that data is very real and leave me out of your BS. I do not have anything to do with that, and I don't give AF. Now, lie and say that's not true. See what happens when you involve me in ish that don't have nothing to do with me. I get down to the gristle of it. And by the way, I'm still going to sue you, you wet, dirty dog. Listen, she did not hold back. She did not hold back. In true Cardi B fashion, she came straight for the jugular. That was a lot to unpack. You guys let me know what you think about the entire situation. It seems like it's still ongoing because there's still tweets that are being thrown out there. I'll keep you guys updated if anything important arises, but let me know what you think about the entire situation. Again, is it just a lot of propaganda, or do you guys believe the bots that are associated with Nicki Minaj? Well, what about the tie to Cardi B? Do you think that Cardi B and her team is tied to the fact that all of this information is coming out now? Do you think Cardi B has ties to Rock Nation? Because that's what Alex was insinuating as well. Drop those comments down in the comment section, and I'll talk to you guys on the next video.